I was so dumb, but I hopped on a plane, almost drove right back to the 541. Shitty U-turn on the freeway, you turn me from a fiend to a way to you fun. I can wait in the sun for a little, but it's been real gray, and tonight it's a nice C1. I can wait in the cold for a while at the reason.
Actually, King, I kind of feel like we betrayed you a little bit, because we did talk about mustaches. And I think we're all supposed to do that. And you're the only one who actually went forward with it, so all I can do is apologize. Yeah.
You had a mustache. I have a mustache.
Yeah, I have.
He's too much of a coward for a mustache.
Coward! I have had a mustache. I enjoyed having one, actually. It wasn't bad.
The problem was, I don't know why I decided this time of all times to do it, but I decided I was going to try to grow my beard out longer. I was like, oh, yeah.
Oh, right when the summer comes.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
On the corner. I was like, oh, yeah, good time for it.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, don't do that. Like, grow it out, but, like, then shave it just to the stash. It's perfect. That's perfect summer facial hair.
We could all be co-ops.
Co-ops.
Oh, I don't know how.
Well,
I can't even stand this length.
You know what? Ski's not a fucking co-op.
He's not a fucking co-op.
Yup. Get the fucking mustache, you coward. You fucking coward.
You know, I'm a fucking co-op.
Yeah.
I was put on this earth to be a fucking co-op, I'll tell you that much. My father was a co-op, his father was a co-op. And I'm a goddamn good cop, sir. I wake up every day trying to make this town just a little bit better. The passion and integrity. You wouldn't know nothing about that, O'Brien.
The way you said sir, you sounded like a first grader. So, I'm not a cop, sir. Mister.
Where were you last Friday, King, at about 5 a.m. in Louisville area? I mean,
I can guarantee you at 5 a.m. I was asleep.
All right, so all right.
I can securely answer that one.
Whether it's Oregon or Louisville,
it doesn't matter where.
He was sleeping. That is kind of wild. So might as well start talking about that, like to start off. So Scheffler gets arrested, like not just like cited or, you know, detained. He gets taken and booked. For what exactly? The video of the incident gets released today, and it sure looks like he did some entitled shit, which is he started to pull forward when maybe he shouldn't have, but like the cop ran up to the car and hit it, and he stopped. Didn't do anything. He stopped. And why did he get arrested exactly? I'm confused.
Well, if you want to know, the charges was like secondary felony assault on an officer, reckless driving, and like not following orders, something like that. So, but
I would say maybe the third thing happened based on what we saw. Maybe.
Yeah, and like I said, I put in our Discord too. One video came out today which showed him, you know, finishing the turn off, and you see the cop like Superman punch his window, like that, you know, stop things. But then I saw another angle. It was like a car's dash cam that was parked like right in the gap right before he was turning, and you could see him. He's like driving forward, and then he starts making the turn, and you don't see the cop in that. Like he's not run over, you know, and dragged.
No, he runs up. He runs up from the side and essentially attacks sprinting the car. Yeah.
Yeah, and that if you, let's say you guys, I mean, King, you could attest this as a cop. If you're hit and dragged by a car, even for, let's say, 5 feet, is your first instinct to get up and sprint after the car when there's a bunch of other cops there too? Or is it like, let me assess the damage to my body here first?
Book them, Dano. Book them.
Yeah. Shoot out the tires.
Throw the book at him too?
Shoot out the tires. That's the first thing you do. Yeah. Shoot out the tires, and then one of your teammates lays out the strip, right? It
downtown.
It doesn't matter that he's only driving 2 miles an hour in a parking lot.
I was gonna say,
yeah.
How was he not pit maneuvered? Is the question. They should have instantly pit his ass right then.
I think that's what he was trying to do. Like when he ran into the car.
A body pit.
Yeah, to drop an elbow into it or something. I don't know, man. Classic cop move. by attacking some rich dude's car and then claim that he was assaulted. Classic. And all he has to do is say that Scheffler hit him, and Scheffler gets arrested. Period.
I didn't know they just like instantly throw dudes in like jumpsuits right away.
Yeah.
I thought there was like somewhat of a like they send you to like maybe holding first. You get your mugshot, usually in your civilian clothes. Then they usually kind of book you in just the local cell there, and then they process you. Right? I didn't know they just go straight to charge jumpsuit. We're holding you. Yeah, you're fucked, kind of thing.
Jumpsuit is wild. Like, it's always been my understanding that they just take everything out of your pockets. Like, your wallet, your phone, your keys, all that shit's gone. Like, we're holding that, and then you're just in your street clothes, and they put you in a holding cell. Like, that's what that is, right? Isn't that the point?
Right.
Like, and then they tell you what you're being charged with. Your lawyer is there. Your lawyer is like, okay, thanks, bye.
Well, most people's lawyers aren't there because they can't afford lawyers.
This fucking guy on the
this guy definitely.
Yeah. No, but they put him in the jumpsuit, to Ski's point. Like, they did the whole thing. It's wild. Wild.
And, even before, that morning, I woke up to like all, Twitter was blowing up with this. And I knew something was, oh my God, how do you miss that? I knew something was missed where he was already released within like an hour and a half of this. And the guy that owns the golf course is the one that picks him up from jail and takes him to the golf course. If this was, he's rich. Rich people, get away with a lot of stuff in the system. They don't get, I don't care how rich you are. If you are usually charged with, felony charges and they get you in jail, they're not releasing you right away.
Especially assaulting a cop, by the way.
Yeah. With like no bond or anything. It's just like kind of like, all right, yeah, you can go kind of thing. I was like, something's amiss if they instantly do that. It's like, oh, this cop did fuck something up.
How long until he's like reassigned / like fired from his job, the cop? Because it's really, the video came out. Like, the video doesn't lie that he did lie about pretty much everything that happened.
We're still under the impression that video camera guarantees cops are fired in America, or we're still playing that game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't get charged for not turning on his camera. That's it.
When it's a white billionaire golfer, I think maybe that happens. I see your point, though. I see your point.
Be real. Scotty's maybe. I don't even think he's clipped like 100 mil yet.
Fair.
Oh, he's winning, 25, 30 million a year golfing. He is well on his way, but still, that.
Well, as was pointed out in the Discord, he was suspended 5 days for doing donuts. With a drunk civilian in the car.
Yeah. The cop was. The cop was. Yeah. I'm sure. I'm sure Scheffler's done that before too, but
no. See, that's the other thing is Scheffler is like the most boring, nerdy, religious. But sometimes those are the people to fucking watch out for because they're have the darkest shit usually, right?
The most entitled. Yeah.
Well, not that, like, when you're that like clean and proper and like religious, a lot of times there's some underlying darkness in there.
Like the Duggar family.
Yes, exactly. There's some darkness shit in there. But to us right now, before and nothing's come out, he is like the nice guy too. That's why I can't believe like he's gonna try to big time a cop, who I am kind of guy. Yeah. I just don't see that too.
Well, other than if it's like, I am a golfer, I'm driving in to go golf. Like, why are you doing what you're doing right now? Stop what you're doing right now. I'm going to go in there and go golf now. Like, what?
So, here's the other question is, so the turn he makes, that's the entrance to the golf course.
Yeah.
Why would they not be letting people go? I mean, you don't want randos, I guess, going in there, but he's in a credentialed vehicle. Yeah. It's like, that's where he's supposed to be going too. And yeah. Not good for, like I said, this guy he'll be joining like the Tulsa PD here in, I don't know, 2 weeks kind of thing.
Super Troopers, whatever county they're on now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He might get promoted to like a sheriff. Who knows?
Yeah. No, that actually sounds more legit. Is he goes to a different area and is promoted.
I mean, he's already a detective. Yeah, let's bump him up again.
I think that's
make him like a
that's
statey.
Usually how it works. Yeah, they put him in a suit, sitting behind a desk.
Mm.
Yeah. Go find some murders. All right, let's start the podcast. Welcome to it. I'm Alex. He's King. He's Ski. Twitter handles are on the picture of this podcast. If you would like to tweet at us, do that. Join the Discord, Sports Brewery in the Discord. It's a good time. Ask us for an invitation if you need one. Otherwise, just find Sports Brewery on Discord. Twitch.tv/abrog87. That's what we do on Thursdays. We do the sports podcast live around 8-ish. Depends, whatever. Join the Discord. You'll know when it starts. How about that? Twitch.tv/abrog87 if you want to watch those. Join the chat. YouTube, find us on that too. If you miss those streams, I post them on there. I'm actually going to start doing the videos of the top 3 lists too. I was trying to go back, and there was some weird thing with the video, so I just gave up. But moving forward, I'm going to start posting those too. So if you missed the pod, if you missed the stream, you can watch those instead. Movie on Sunday is King's movie, and it is Madam Web. It is on Netflix. So watch it. Yeah, watch it. Listen to us talk about it. Google Madam Web before you watch the movie. Get a little context, because there's a lot of stuff surrounding this movie that might make it interesting to watch. So, Madam Web on Sunday. Listen to us talk about it. Booble says oof with a whole bunch of O's in the chat.
Yeah, I mean, we're on a pretty good run right now of movies going here.
Yeah.
You got to continue the trend, I guess, Braga.
Listen.
Hey.
By God's grace and mercy, I was nice. I was gonna pick like Woody Woodpecker, and I was just going straight top 10 Netflix, and I was nice and didn't do Woody Woodpecker Goes to Camp, and there was another one. I was like, hey, this one's terrible too.
Was this like Was this like a 60s or 70s Woody Woodpecker, or was this?
I think it's brand new.
Brand new, yeah. See, that's.
I gotta do Goofy movie next week. Is it Goofy movie streaming anywhere? That's got to be on Disney Plus, right?
I would assume so.
Yeah. All right, we'll see. Pauly Shore classic, the Goofy movie. We'll see. Yeah, no, you're right. I gotta keep the run going. All right. Well, the big sports news in our area this week is obviously the M's. So as you know, as sort of you predicted, King, for sure. The vote to build the stadium did not pass. So the M's are gone. So they have this year, they have next year, and then there will be no more Eugene Emeralds. Like they're like Alan Benavides, buddy, said that he is exploring future options. As we all probably know by now, future options means another place or no place at all. So they're going to, I tell you what, they're not going to be in Eugene, Oregon anymore. And that fucking sucks. As, for us, especially, we're sports fans, obviously. We're Eugene Emeralds fans, obviously. We've been going to games since we were little kids. The M's are a staple in this area. And I think the fact that they are going to be gone, I don't think our area really truly understands what that is going to mean.
No, we understand it.
As King
like to say it, the weird cat people, and I forget whoever you throw in the mix.
Oh, the people that collect balls of yarn. People with purple hair.
Yeah, I forgot about the
Eugene Redditors. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But
and by the way, it wasn't really close.
No, but
Yeah.
did you think it was going to be a rout? Also, I thought it was going to be a dogfight, maybe.
No,
Not even.
I thought it would be a rout, but I will cast a little criticism. I don't think the M's did a good job until the last 2 months of really getting this out there.
They got
because there were people
for years.
There were people on the day. I was Register Guard, Oregonian, that hellscape, Eugene, Reddit, Twitter. These are just Facebook. No, these are just places, but they're places in the community, where they're like, oh, if the San Francisco Giants owners want us to build them $115 million stadium, they can do it themselves. They're not. We needed to pitch in $15 million.
I saw that too. I saw a lot of people saying that.
I'm not saying all of these were the yarn ball collectors and the fur babies, the fur mommies.
Sports fans were saying this. People who understand the game were saying this. Like people, I think a lot of them sort of took it as a major league team trying to get the public to pay $1 billion for a stadium. And it was never that. I don't understand where they got that from. And sort of to your point, King, I also got that sense. I read the pamphlet that sort of explained what was going into the vote. It never really mentioned the M's. It only mentioned the fact that a multi-use stadium would be built, and that's what the money would be for. Nobody really ever pointed out the fact that if this doesn't get built, the Eugene Emeralds are gone. We knew that because we've been around it for a long time. But random Lane County public, there's no way for them to know that unless they already follow the M's. If they already follow the M's, they like the M's. They want the M's to stay. But if they don't, they're looking at that shit and they're like, why am I paying money for a stadium?
Did it say that in if you had to go into the pamphlet where they have the big write-ups and stuff, did it say it in that? Because like you say, it definitely didn't say it in what you're voting on there. It just said multi-use. I don't know what it said in the pamphlet, if they omitted them in there too or not. I don't know.
I also just want to point out, just because you said Lane County, it wasn't a Lane County.
No, it was Eugene.
Vote. It was. There were people who live on River Road, just far enough up River Road with Eugene addresses who could not vote. That was not going to make up, that was not going to make it a win, but it was a small vote. It was a weird vote. Once it was put on this May ballot, I knew it was toast. If they put it on the November one, I don't know I'm not saying I know if it wins or not. Once they put it on the May ballot, it was donezo. Just because it's a low
turnout.
Low turnout ballot, and it's just Eugene. It's not Springfield. It's not River Road. It's it's not people who live on Old Dillard. It's very small. And one of the comments that I saw for months leading up to this isn't just after it failed or right up to it. And I'm not even doing shtick the fur babies, fur mommies. Was people that are like, oh, the noise pollution. We can't have a stadium in a community like this. Put it out on West 11th. And I want to be like, this is...
You think they didn't try to do all of these things?
No. But my thing is take out Civic Stadium. Take out that being in a neighborhood, right? Just omit that from your memory. I'll say, as a liberal college town, a big talking point for people is walkability, things in your neighborhood, blah blah blah, and. No, in professional ranks, people are moving. People don't really want the Arrowhead Stadium in Coffin, where it's 10 miles away and it's just a parking lot, and you got to drive your car there. They want it right in the middle, walkability, stuff next to it, little mom and pop stores, little ice cream shops, little cafes, and people really think the fucking fairgrounds, as constituted today, is better than if there was a stadium there that brought not a lot of business, because we're not talking about a major league team, but just a slight uptick, even if it's just food trucks 60 times a year, whatever, how many games they have at home. Have you been by the fairgrounds? It is a Scooby-Doo ghost town other than the random tent encampments that pop up. There's nothing there 90% of the year. Why would we not want something right there? Like right there that you could walk to. It's perfect. And if you didn't want to walk, hey, spoiler, there's a shit ton of cement and parking lot at the fairgrounds. Yeah. You can do that as well.
That's
because
the purpose.
I think parking lot. And this is kind of what I'm getting at. I think the M's lost their charm when they moved from a South Eugene neighborhood to a parking lot that might as well be Springfield. Like, you don't tell me Autzen Stadium area has charm. It does not. 7 Saturdays out of the year, it's a fun-ass time. Every other day, it's not. And there's no tailgating. That's not the culture of baseball, college, or minor league. So it's just, even for me, I still go to games. It's not the same as it was when it was in a little neighborhood.
Not even close.
And also, in the last 3 years, when you could tell that the Ducks were kind of tired of sharing the tenants with them, when they no longer put up signage, the turf was still Oregon Ducks turf. Yep. Into August and September, the fence was still Oregon Ducks signage. Sometimes could hang some stuff, but it was never home, and it was always far away. And the fairgrounds location took away all of that. And I don't understand for a community like this to give up an entertainment option that could be centrally located. And I know not everyone likes baseball. It's perfectly fine. But if we just had another venue that could host some concerts, maybe Cuthbert has to step up their game now because holy shit, we have competition in the air. You know what I mean? And not to say that the baseball stadium would be as good of a venue as Cuthbert. I'm not trying to say that. But the state has such a defeatist attitude towards just growth. And the pandemic just tamped everything down. We're terrified to do anything. We don't do anything. Nothing.
No.
If Oregon football was not randomly good in 1994 and then followed that up by going to the Cotton Bowl in 1995, and it just so happened Phil Knight was, the university area wouldn't even be cool. You know what I mean? Like, it's bizarre to me that people will say, "Oh,
there might be a Hayward
sports ball." You know, hey, yeah, that's cool that you don't like sports ball, but you want to know what's actually building and is growing the university? Like, go down to campus now. It's all high-rise shit. Like, it's brand new, and they're still building. And they wouldn't if the football team was Purdue. And a lot of people don't even like that. They're like, I wish it was still 1967. Keep Eugene weird. Tee-hee-hee-hee.
Well, you brought it up.
Make yarn.
You remember when they were renovating Autzen? There was a professor that sued them for, I think it was the brightness from their house, up on Hendricks, around Breeze Rock. That's the kind of shit right there. It's it's 2 miles away from your house, guy.
Get over it.
I'm sorry some lights bother you so much. But we had a friend that lived in that, he was 2 or 3 blocks from the fairground area. That's where he lived. He had kids. Like I said, that place is just a tent encampment now. Would you not think that building something that is new and expensive might be like, hey, we're going to try to keep this whole area nicer and policed a little more now too? That's a big talking point for all the people living around the fairgrounds is they got a problem with the homeless people, really.
Well, and listen, I've read the mentions in Discord. I've read comments. Everyone says we're a liberal echo chamber and blah, blah, blah. If we're a liberal echo chamber, we're libs, and we're even saying the homeless problem around the fairgrounds is pretty bad. It's pretty bad, guys. I'm sorry. There was a solution that even the opponents of the bill, the ardent opponents of the bill, were like, it's going to cost between $17 and $22 a year.
Which, by the way, I don't know, because I kept hearing people say, that was the big deal for them, right? It was essentially, again, they're treating it like it's a Major League Baseball team coming in and saying, "Give us $1 billion." It's gonna add your property tax percentage by 15% or something like that. That was never it. It's $20, and by the way, maybe it's not $20 for everybody. It's $20 for a really small amount of people in this town to come up with that money. And so, but they were acting like it's $20 from literally everybody. And again, I don't know where they got this information from. I think it's just like a face value thing, a sports franchise, which, I mean, it's not the Giants. It's Alan Benavidez. It's a guy who's been in this community forever. It's a guy who does so much for this fucking community. People they realize how much shit the M's do, right? I know they see it. They see them around town. They see them doing stuff with schools. They see them doing fundraisers and shit. I know they see them. So they can't be totally blind to that, but I don't know where they got it in their head that it was anything other than that. That it's anything
Facebook
other than
memes, probably. Facebook memes.
Probably. But you said sports people, people that are pay attention to sports, thought they were trying to get $120 million, and that them saying that the Giants should pay for it. A sports person would know major league franchises don't give a fuck about minor league teams
at all. That's why so many of them. That's why so many of them in the state got shut down in the last few years, because they don't give a fuck. They're trying to get rid of minor league baseball. That's why it's we're trying to save what little shit we have left here. And if you build this stadium, which is $20 a year for a small amount of Eugene people, you get to keep that. You get to keep that for decades. Probably decades. Yes. You get to be one of the few communities in this country that gets to keep this thing. It's frustrating. Just because we know how much work Alan put into this and the M's put into this, and how truly in the big scheme of things, in terms of what they needed to build this stadium, they really weren't asking the public for a lot. They really weren't. And they did so much work to try to raise all of the money themselves, and they just came up a little bit short, and they needed our help, and we didn't fucking help them. As much as that fucking franchise has done in this community, no matter which MLB team they were representing, it was always the Eugene M's. It was always Alan. It was the B bands before him. It was always them. It's people who live in our community, who are fucking helping our community. They asked for our help, and we fucking abandoned them. That was it. That's it, man. That's the story here. Is these sad fuckers couldn't get over their own bullshit and couldn't educate themselves and realize that it was $20.
Well, and
I'm with King, though, that I think the message just wasn't presented.
The messaging was not great.
As a problem. No.
But if there's anything that COVID taught me very early on, is a vast majority of people who will tell you they care about you and will be selfless about you. Even if it's not in their own best interest, masking up or whatever, they're fucking liars. They're just not, it's something you put on Instagram. And this was a case where there were so many people who were probably and I've seen the comments well, I don't go to M's games. Why would I fund that? Well, I don't know, because it's your community. You share this community with me. I haven't taken the bus in 15 years. I haven't stepped in the library since 2017 when I saw a guy masturbating in the mezzanine. You know what I mean?
I don't go to North Eugene High School. My kid's never going to go to North Eugene High School. Motherfucker, I'm going to help build North Eugene High School.
And again, I'm going back to, it takes all of us.
Takes a
we're all
community.
in this together.
No, it was Hillary Clinton. It takes a village. That's what it is.
It takes a village, yeah. But it's just, it drives me insane just reading these comments. We're well, I don't go, so why would I vote yes? Well, because other people go. like I said, like we fund shit all the like how like okay, so we on your pay stub you have what is it, the oh gosh, the travel tax or whatever. There's some like it's like 5 years old and it's pennies. And when it first happened, people were furious. And they were posting pictures of their paycheck. 97 cents. Every month? Come on, man. Come on, man.
It's $11 a year, guys.
Like, just who cares? Like,
no, but I did kind of know this was dead early with you to where people couldn't get behind that the funding for the stadium at first was going to come from, hotel and rental car tax. Guess what? You're not paying. If you can't get behind you not paying anything and just taxing something that if you live in Eugene, you almost will never use ever. If that doesn't get you on board, yeah, it had no chance. It was dead in the water. Oh.
And then I can't remember his name, but the big hotel guy who killed, who made a very concerted effort to kill that because he wants that tax to be a community indoor track. Like, how niche is that? Like again, hey, we're exercising. I get it. Whatever. If it comes on my ballot, I don't know. Sure, whatever. But an indoor, like, if you work out and you run, you already have a spot. Don't tell me a place on the fairground. We're not building something that the U of O could use. It would just be a barn, basically. And he doesn't even want to build it.
There's
his website.
There's a billion places to run in this community.
He just was putting out that poison pill. So eventually there can be a hotel and rental tax that he can use for his hotel. For his better interest, and it's all it's politics, baby. It's gross, and the
fact that people didn't see that right away by who was like the group behind it.
His website, his website was insane. There's no way you could see it and be like, oh, this guy's an honesty broker. This hotel guy has no agenda. It was brutal, and yes, if you want to come, yes, Alan Benavides had an agenda as well, because but. Like, this guy was just poison pilling the whole thing, and it was, I'll drive by Farrell's, and it's not Farrell's, and it hasn't been Farrell's forever. And then it was a place you could buy. You could buy a place where it was $90 for a pizza, and then that left, and you just see some of these buildings, and you're just like,
it was Farrell's, it was Pearl Street, then it was La Perla.
La Perla.
Now it's Crab Craw.
Oh, is that what's there? Oh, and I just look at some of these old buildings, and I'm like, we could really advance this town if we just did a little something.
Well,
we won't.
Well, we're gonna stay on our political side. They're advancing it for students by building, infinite housing, especially around the campus area. Yeah. I mean,
you know who's not here when the M season is. All of those students. Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to have something to do, right? All right.
Coilers.
We're an outdoor community. Everybody is always outdoors all the time. Okay. All right. Cool.
I love the indoor track running facility where it's like the biggest pride of all like runners in Oregon is that they go running when it's fucking raining and cold. The biggest like viral video is a Portland woman like, "Oh, this ice and snow is great to run on," and then she eats it.
Perfect.
Yeah,
that's the mindset. I run every day of my life. I have never purposefully, without being ordered to, run indoors.
And are you ever driving someplace to run? Or are you just from your house? I'm gonna go run from my house so I can end up back.
Go at my fucking front door.
Exactly.
It's Eugene. Everybody's running. Like, what are we talking about here? Everybody's running everywhere, other than indoors.
That's it. The deck. The deck's nice indoor. Little.
Yeah, but you gotta you gotta make.
I know. Yeah.
But it fooled the yarn people though.
Yeah.
They got duped because they don't give a shit, and then
which is fine.
But again, I said in Discord too, guess what? If something pops up that's community related, like a cat park, a yoga park. Fuck that. I'm gonna get out in front of this and I'm gonna torpedo that shit so fucking hard.
Well, and like again, this is just a small sliver, but I was reading Eugene Reddit when it failed. And people were celebrating, right? And you can just click on people's profile, and you could read their other comments. And it was like within like a week, there were so many people who were like, yeah, I'm glad the M's thing failed. Oh, Chick-fil-A, no, we don't want that here. And then the news that Burgerville is going to come. Ew, gross, that's shame, yucky. And then you read, oh, there's a new dog park over by oh, that's not even walkable. Ew, nasty. What do you want? What do you want?
They just want to complain.
They just want to complain.
You're on Reddit. That's what Reddit.
No, I know that is what I'm getting, but it was just a constant thing you could click on, and it was a theme where everything that's new or is proposed to be new in the area. Oh, nope. Find a reason it's bad. Nope, can't have it.
That's it. No, that's 1,000% it. They're looking for reasons to not like it, and all it takes is one little thing, and that's it.
Yeah,
that's it. Yep.
Yeah, but what I think it's sad. Like is a minor league baseball team the most important thing in the world? No, I just think this is just another sign that just the I-5 corridor, man. Grow up, do something. I know I've whined about it before, but like this is probably back to the Salt Lake City people being proactive and stealing the Coyotes. Portland, you've had an NHL ready stadium since the mid '90s. I know Paul Allen didn't want it, and I know Paul Allen's sister doesn't give a shit about anything, but there has to. When I read it like just yesterday, Tim Boyle, Columbia Outfitters, I think. See Columbia.
Sounds right.
Whatever. But it was like him and 7 others are now buying in to be minority owners of the Thorns. It's like, okay, that's cool, but it's the Thorns, and you're all people who are probably billionaires, and so you're putting in $1 million. Like, do something more advantageous, and that's nothing against the Thorns, be nothing against the Timbers, but let's just do something cool.
Well, they're going to start doing it with. There's already been rumblings about like a WNBA team.
Well, no, that's gone for a while too.
Well,
because
in the semi-future, not like this next batch, but I thought they were
not going to happen.
Talking about the second batch kind of thing.
Yeah, no. If Portland hasn't had one with its demographics already, which we know what we're saying, we don't have to dance around that one. If it didn't get more consideration after the Final Four up at Moda and the Sabrina bump, which was culled a little bit by COVID, understandably, and when there were 2 or 3 cities up for grabs now, and the Caitlin Clark bump, and they still didn't get it, forget it. It's just.
Because baseball's dead in my eyes. No,
baseball's not happening. No,
I thought there's still WNBA was kind of their last hope in my eyes. Because hockey, I'm with you. Unless they get a new owner that likes hockey, kind of thing, to start pushing the agenda for it. But yeah, I want to go back to, were people really complaining about Burgerville?
Yes.
The known, like, only in the Northwest, like,
locally
chain,
sourced. Yeah.
Like employee owned. Yeah. That's what they're complaining about.
Listen, man, I'm telling you, we are.
No, our community fucking sucks. Sometimes.
Our community stinks right now, man.
Really
it just
does.
stinks.
Yeah. It sucks.
Can we somehow ship all these people to Idaho in the merger?
I wish.
Idaho.
I wish.
In the merger.
Merger.
Oh my God.
We just kind of, move that map just through certain neighborhoods in Eugene area just to send them to Idaho. Yeah.
We'll just ask them. You want to
live up?
Go ahead.
Live up Idaho a little bit.
Give him a plot of land in Idaho. Just have at it. There's nothing there. Like, you'll love it.
Go have your free range cat farm. There you go.
You'll love it. There's nothing around you for miles. Go for it. Yeah. God damn it. So, I guess sum it up. We're sad. because something we have enjoyed our whole lives is now going to be gone. And I don't know I don't know how to approach the next couple years with the M's. Cuz you know, you have the rest of this year and then you have next year, and that's it. Like they're going to be gone. Like maybe forever, definitely here. So
forever.
So no, like maybe they'll move somewhere else. Probably not, though. Probably not.
I think Alan has said there's a location in Washington that will probably make
has a stadium already.
I don't believe so, but it sounded like maybe it's not Yakima. I think they have the Dust Devils, but I've heard him allude to a place in Washington that'll probably take him.
Because the Giants they need a team. They need a single A team somewhere. Is it going to be with Allen and them, or
that's sort of the thing too, right? Is MLB is downsizing their minor league investment, like in general. So
they cut short season A ball and like rookie ball, and they funneled some of that money back up. So guys in A ball could get 2 sandwiches a day instead of 1. That's kind of the bump. And maybe go ahead.
Just probably like a quick aside before she probably just move on to the next thing. The blame here lies with U of O. I'm just gonna say it.
Definitely.
Neither party wanted to be shared tenants.
Well,
I understand that. They built that park in like 2008, and they didn't build 2 locker rooms.
Yeah, very weird.
Like I've never found PK Park to be overly amazing. Like I think it's fine. It's comfortable. But even when it
college baseball park.
Even when it opened up, I was never like, what? Like when I first went into Matthew Knight Arena, I was like, whoa, this shit's cool. Yeah. When I went into PK Park the first time, I was like, trying to grow some ivy right there. Yeah. And the rest it's fine. But I find it weird that they didn't build with foresight of even just a second locker room. But
I forget who said it in the Discord. It was like, yeah, they already have plans to like do all the upgrades that would have kept the M's there if they could have stayed, but that's after they would leave. Yeah. But you're trying to blame the M's. I say we get a fucking mob together and we go find the parents of those shitheel fucking kids that burnt down Civic in the first place, and we get our $15 million. They live in College Hill, though. They got some millions.
Let's
go fucking get our money.
South Eugene money, baby.
They are 100% Ivy League grads at this point.
Oh.
They live in somewhere in New Jersey and Connecticut, and they are running young Republican youth camp, young life groups. Like they are
young life.
Are we not positive that they own hotels and they were like the big push?
Oh God, wouldn't that be just a perfect?
They thought they got the M's by burning down Civic, but then they had to really come back and double tap to finish the job.
Oh my God, if they're like that guy's kids or something, like bump. Yeah.
Get a 30 for 30 going on that.
Amen. All right, it's all bad. I'm sure we'll talk about it some more over the next whatever, but it's all bad. It sucks. Period. What else do you want to talk about? Should we just do our list? I mean,
Duck schedule stuff. List.
Yeah. Okay. So we have Duck schedule stuff and the NBA. Another thing that's ending. NBA on TNT is apparently ending, right? So that came out. So that's a big one. That's one of the most entertaining sports shows in the last couple decades, I think we can say. So.
I was talking about the kids burning down Civic to get rid of the M's. I think that Zavalis guy is just trying to kill all entertainment. I mean, what he did with HBO and now, I would probably say the most entertaining thing on TV, and they're getting rid of it. And I don't think it was that much more money. It wasn't like a huge jump, $100 million difference to be like, all right, yeah, it makes sense to go. It was pennies to them if they wanted it.
I mean, all TV shows have to end at some point, but
Sports doesn't end though. That's the thing.
it seems short-sighted for sure.
Listen, we're still trotting Lee Corso out on Saturdays.
Exactly.
Chuck, Kenny, and Shaq and Ernie had a good 5+ years left in them.
Yep.
Easy.
Yep.
But and honestly, I think Shaq or I think Shaq and Kenny will still work. Ernie's still going to work at Turner. He's kind of said. I do think Charles. He's kind of alluded to looking for a reason to retire.
He got offered a lot of money to go do live.
Yeah. No. I know he's doing the tour. He's pissed off about the whole deal, but I think he's gonna just kind of retire, do spot stuff. But the whole nostalgia for NBC over just a song,
yeah.
Because hey, you want to hear the song? Tune into FS1 on Wednesday nights in the winter, and when Seton Hall and Providence are playing, you can hear it because Fox owns that music right now. So if you really wanted to hear it, FS1 is right there for you in the winter.
It's also at your fingertips on your phone on YouTube.
Yeah. And it's a 14-second jingle. I don't.
Yes.
All right, you want to talk about the schedule? So the Friday games. I mean, Michigan State and Purdue are going to be on Friday nights. I mean, so a little surprised. The Civil War is not going to be on a Friday because that usually is. I mean,
but it's in September this year.
Albeit it's at the end of the season usually. Yeah, but I imagine that was like some Pac-12 bullshit too, putting it on a Friday just to make it like a feature game at the end of the year.
Did they say what network it will be shown on?
The Civil War?
The Civil War?
No, the Friday game.
Yeah. One is Fox and
I had it here.
Yeah, I didn't know if they had some weird that was like their Peacock game or something like that. Or
yeah, one of them was Peacock, right?
One was Peacock. All right.
Let's see.
Was it?
I thought so. See, now I'm losing it. I made the mistake of going to Oregon's site.
They're both on Fox proper.
Both
Fox proper. Okay, cool. That makes more sense. Yeah.
Home game is at 5:00 our time. Game at Purdue 6:00 our time.
Yeah. On a Friday.
You don't just walk into Purdue on a Friday and come out with a
I
W.
can't believe our community's letting them get away with it. You know?
I know, right?
Like you're interfering with high school football. Who do you think you are, Phil Knight? Who do you think you are, Big Ten? Fuck out of here.
That shit wouldn't fly in Texas. You know, Texas ain't playing on a Friday.
Nobody's going to the college game. I can tell you that much. They're too busy watching our boys play on Friday Night Lights. I tell you what.
I mean, fucking Moxon's out there fucking slinging it. What do you expect?
So how do we feel about Friday games?
I don't mind them when they're on the road.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer they never host one.
Yeah.
But and I don't even really count the one the day after Thanksgiving. Whatever, because that whole week is just spread out. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. It's all football for like 6 straight days. Yeah. So playing the day after Thanksgiving, I don't really count. But
are they
games on Friday? Not my favorite.
Are they trying to fill a gap, kind of with what the Pac-12 had?
Well, it's just they're just trying to take over. The Big Ten's just trying to take over the world.
All of it,
pretty much.
Yeah,
everything.
Yeah.
I mean, they're forcing USC to play a Friday night game at 8:00 local time. That's crazy. That's crazy.
It is
8:00 in a. That's wild. Let me just say this: they would have never taken an 8:00 kick on a Friday in the Pac-12.
No,
that's the Big Ten kind of flexing their muscles and saying, "Hey, you came here, you knew the rules. You got to suck it up sometimes."
Wait, on that note, is the Michigan State game 9:00 local time? Like there? Is that 9 p.m.?
8.
What time did you say that game was?
Well, that game's
at 5 o'clock.
What's the time?
5 our time.
What's the
5
time
our
difference?
time.
So it's okay.
Right.
Oh yeah, it'd be 8. Okay, yeah. You're
But
right.
the Purdue game is probably
no. Michigan State's at 6. I'm
Six-
looking at it right
6
now.
our time?
No, their email is wrong.
6 p.m. Pacific time, October 4th, Michigan State at Oregon. 5 p.m. October 18th, Oregon at Purdue. Both games are going to be on Fox. Yeah. That's what I'm looking at right here.
Bad email, Oregon.
Well, I don't know. This could be wrong, but
Well, I mean, either way, one of them is playing at 9 o'clock local.
it's fucking
so.
late either way. Yeah. I guess they're kind of used to that though, right? I mean, that's sort of the thing, right? We're being introduced to their time inconveniences. You know, like
Well, they're used to football being on, and it's like, a
yeah.
West Coast team on. They're not
Yeah.
used to watching their team play that late.
Pac-12 is used to playing at 11 o'clock at night, like several times during the season. Now they're gonna have to start getting used to that shit too. Yeah, like not every game's gonna be that 9 o'clock start, like in 11:30 or whatever they used to have. So
Well, now they're gonna have to start getting used to 9 a.m. kickoffs in Northwestern.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah. Oof. So yeah, 9 o'clock in Northwestern, which is actually 6 a.m. our time.
yeah.
Like internal clock time.
Oh,
Yeah.
what? You lost me there.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Internal.
got me. Yeah,
Internal clock time.
the internal thing hit me late. I was reading something. Sorry.
Yeah.
I apologize.
See what happens when you start reading stuff, man?
I know,
You're
I
gonna
know.
turn into those Eugene Reddit folks. Keep reading.
What are you more excited to see? Fox, whatever. We've seen Duck games on Fox. Are you more intrigued to see them because they'll have them on both this year, on NBC or on CBS?
NBC. I hate CBS football. I hate it. I know you're used to watching the Chiefs on Chiefs on CBS, but like the AFC football sucks.
I'm watching my Tide, baby.
SEC
Roll Tide,
football,
roll.
I hate it. Like the announcers on CBS suck so bad. Like SEC. Like we thought Spencer Tillman was bad. Like wait until we get Gary Danielson and shit. Like doing an Oregon game. Fuck that. Ugh.
I think that the NBC crew is Noah Eagle is the play-by-play guy.
Is it Ian
Not
Eagle's
even
son?
Iron Eagle.
Yeah, his son.
Can't even get fucking Iron Eagle.
Yeah, I think he's the Nets announcer, or he's the Clippers announcer. He's one of the announcers. Total nepo baby, but good for him. He was like 19 and he was the voice of the Nets. It's like, okay.
Hey baby, you got it or you don't, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Booble says, and Jack Collinsworth. I don't
No.
I think he
I
lost
think he
his
fired
job,
him.
right? Yeah.
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 They did. He was though.
Yeah. I don't think he's there anymore. Okay. Do we want to talk about that lawsuit that went down, or the?
I don't know enough about it.
Let's put that off, like, because we're running out of time anyway. So next week,
Todd Blackledge and Noah Eagle.
Todd
Blackledge.
Yeah.
Can't escape him. He's everywhere.
Yeah. Why is he suddenly on NBC now?
Because they fired Jack Collinsworth.
Because they needed somebody with experience doing Pac-12 games to call all these. Yeah. Okay. All right. Jason Garrett, says Booble. Is Jason Garrett on the call still? I don't think he's there anymore either.
I think he
does Notre Dame, right?
I think he was fired from Notre Dame, and now he's just in the studio on
Sunday
night.
Because we've been waiting all day for Sunday night.
And he just sits there and stares.
Yeah, that sounds right. Mm-hmm. Boy, it was weird seeing Brandon Staley get interviewed with 49ers gear on this week, by the way. And speaking of weird, awkward coaches, like he's their assistant head coach, defensive analyst or something like that. He's not even their DC, but he's in the building, and they were asking him what he does for the team, and I don't think he knows.
Well, that's why he's an analyst, because the Chargers still owe him 2 years.
Yeah. He did not give an answer. He gave the most
20 hours a week.
Answer.
He will consult, but he can't be there on game days, and he can't coach in practice.
Yep. It's like, I don't even know, man. Like,
I give that $5 million a year.
Yeah, Kyle asks me questions every once in a while. I give him an answer, I guess, but I don't go to practices. I don't watch film. Like, I don't know. I like the hat. Color scheme's good. Good interview. Cool. All right, let's do our list. Unless you got something else. Cool. The list is our top 3, and it comes from new to the Discord, Fender in Discord. He gave us apparently doesn't even listen to the podcast because he didn't know what a top 3 list was until we had to explain it to him. It's like, come on, man. I like that he's in the Discord though. That's fun. You're cheering him on that he doesn't listen to the podcast. Yeah, I'm with you. So a top 3 list is top 3 things that have disappeared from Eugene in the last 20 years. So it can be anything, like things that used to be in Eugene that are no longer here. I got a big old list of restaurants, but my number 1 is not a restaurant. So we'll see what you guys have. I got a lot of honorable mentions too. Either you guys want to start?
I'll start. I'll get the obvious one out of the way. Wonderland on 5th Street.
Yep. That's also my number 3.
Brackham. I had that also, but I have top 3 just that were on campus.
Mm-hmm.
So just campus things.
I love this.
My first one,
Yeah.
my number 3 is a sub shop. Very hard to find a good sandwich in town nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
That's not Jimmy John, big chain.
I might catch heat for this, but the sub shop tuna sandwich was phenomenal. Phenomenal. Yeah. No, I get it. Not everybody's on board with tuna. I get it.
Tuna surprise.
They made a damn good tuna sandwich. There was something about their bread. It was
Probably fresh caught too.
fresh caught tuna, yeah?
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
Here's a little fun fact, especially for you, King, because this, directly, right where you live, that Subway out on 99, right by the old fire station or whatever that fire station looking thing is, the only Subway, I think, outside of Portland where you can get the seafood sensation from Subway.
You think they still do that?
They still do, I think.
I have not been to that Subway in years.
I haven't been
But
to
I know
Subway in general.
I know I've mentioned on this pod before, their sign for years has just said, subs.
Yeah.
No exclamation point.
Nope.
Nope, just
no
subs.
exclamation point. I was gonna ask you about that. All right.
No,
it
not
wasn't-
subs. Just
It
subs.
wasn't like the Jeb Bush logo, or is just
I laugh at it every time I read it.
It was like,
just
Jeb!
subs.
Yeah. It's like
No,
a
just-
question, like subs?
Subs. Just subs. Just they're here.
subs.
Actually, I lied. I have been in there because I remember actually bringing this up like a year or so ago. I had to stop in there because I was leaving town.
Which
I wanted to get a
which
little-
one is this? Where is it?
I got like Barger. 99
right.
at Barger. And I was leaving town, so I stopped there to get a little 6-inch one after they had just done their renovations.
Ooh, baby.
Had been closed for like 3 months.
It's exactly the same.
It was like they moved a picture.
Yeah.
I don't know what they did.
The outside looked different.
The outside was different. I don't know what it was.
They were just dialing in that seafood sensation is what they were doing.
Yes.
Jesus, there's nothing I want less than a seafood sub on Highway 99.
My buddy was like, he said it's his favorite sandwich, and we found out, this is the only one that has it. Went out there to get one. I took one bite of it, pitched that shit in the fucking trash. It was one of the worst things I've ever tasted.
But it's your buddy's favorite.
Yes.
Wow. Wild. By the way, you better have Carl's Jr. on your campus list. I better hear that from you.
That's right on the borderline of campus there.
Where Elkhorn is now. That was my Carl's Jr. I worked there, baby. That was the shit.
I think that Elkhorn's going away too.
Oh yeah? I'm gonna
Yeah, I think they're selling it.
go ahead and not include it on my list. If you don't mind, because that guy sucks.
Indeed.
Do we all do threes?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
so threes from the chat. WCP says Farrell's Ice Cream Parlor. Booble says the Gateway Mall.
That's Springfield.
Sorry, bud. Sorry, bud. You also can't do Chuck E. Cheese because of that.
And here's the was
A staple.
Was Farrell's even good ice cream?
Yeah.
Yes.
It was fine.
Was
yes.
it?
Yes.
I just remember you got the little like ice cold, like made of like aluminum, like dish you got served in.
No, I mean,
I don't remember.
I don't remember
I don't
that.
remember.
I remember getting it in like a glass thing, and yeah, no, it was
Good banana splits.
really good banana splits. Yeah.
They made a volcano ice cream too. They had like scenes. They'd have like gorillas and stuff on them on the pictures, and you'd get it, and they were very sad. But these were monstrous,
They were huge.
like monstrous volcanoes. Like
yes. No, that's the
15
thing.
people.
That's the thing with Farrell's is they would like huge portions. They do like family ice creams basically. So you would have like a table of 4 people, and everybody would get this huge thing and share it. By the way, Booble, to his point, Springfield supports the M's, unlike Eugene. Fuck Eugene. My whole list is Springfield. That's what Booble says.
I think Springfield's a drifter town. And I ain't
Drifter
talking to baseball team.
Are we? He did ask earlier. Are we a Drifters podcast now?
Paddles up.
Not ready to move on yet. Not yet. All right. What's our 2s?
My number 2 is the pedestrian mall / downtown water fountain.
Wait, what?
Did you ever go to this thing called the Eugene Celebration?
Oh! You're talking about where like Saturday Market is.
No.
Okay, where?
No.
What are you talking about?
Do you know where Kesey Square is?
Yeah.
That whole thing used to be shut down. It was a pedestrian mall.
Right.
And in the middle,
right.
These stupid brutalist cement waterfalls for no reason.
Dude, I totally fucking forgot about that. Wow.
I don't like it because there's no. Oh, they just shut down downtown to make a pedestrian mall. Who does that?
That's right.
In the Pacific Northwest.
I bet there are a ton of people who voted no on the M's thing who missed that, who want to go back to the pedestrian mall. Oh, Jesus.
Let's close Willamette Street again.
Yeah.
That seems like a great idea.
So stupid.
Is the Eugene Celebration still a thing, by the way?
I think that stopped with COVID, didn't it?
Okay.
I don't think
I'm not
it's
sure
come back. Yeah. I haven't heard of it.
I haven't been in.
They actually might have
forever.
stopped it before COVID.
I know they had switched the time.
Yeah.
It wasn't in September anymore. They'd switched it. Yeah, I think you're probably right. It was dead before COVID. Yeah.
I'm struggling to come up with my number 2. So
I'll help you out. I'll go.
Okay, go
I'll
for
go.
it. Go
Give
for
you
it.
some time. My number 2, it's kind of a niche one because I think it's been gone for 20 years.
Since you've been gone. Sorry.
And that was Hannah's. It was a little Thai place there where Sweet Basil is.
Yeah. By the way, like lots of decent food places like in that campus area that have come and gone over the years. Like
Well, I know this one was there because this one was there because chick was in the same grade as me, and her mom was like, "Oh, I'm here." And then she left when her daughter graduated. That's when she closed it down. So it's been about 20.
You gotta love
plus
that.
years.
You gotta love that. That's amazing.
Yeah.
All right, my number 2 is Turtles. On Willamette, like
They got the big salad.
Food was good, but the chicken Caesar salad is the best I've ever eaten in my life.
Of course, the big C's.
The big chicken Caesar. Like it's literally since they closed, I've been chasing that Caesar dressing that they made.
That's your dragon. That's what you've been chasing.
There's never been a Caesar dressing like the one Turtles made. I genuinely, no salad will ever compare to the Turtles chicken Caesar.
I mean, if it's how the service was at Turtles, I think it might have been like half piss in the Caesar's dressing for you there.
By the way, I used to get them to go. I'd go pick them up. I'd rarely actually eat in Turtles.
Have you seen the videos of it's like a restaurant to where the whole gimmick is the waitress and the waiters are like assholes to you?
That was
Turtles. They throw your food down and like, oh, here you go, fat fuck kind of thing. That was them, but they weren't. That wasn't the gimmick to Turtles. They just had angry servers.
Yep.
Yeah.
WCP says Eugene Celebration has been gone since 2013.
Oh.
All right.
Okay. Clearly, we've missed it. All right, twos from the chat. WCP says the jail. Mm-hmm. Good one. Booble says,
and we're not talking about our lax incarceration policies. Nope. Am I right?
I mean, you got to do the. There you go. Perfect. Nice. On cue. Booble says competitive Oregon women's basketball. He sure said it. All right, what's your one?
My number one, Pizza Pete's.
All you can eat fucking spaghetti?
All you can eat spaghetti.
You got red sauce, so what more do you fucking need?
Right?
Not
here's a little
bad.
I guess kids nowadays won't have to deal with it, but fun tip, don't go to all you can eat Pizza Pete's and then that be like your first night drinking like shitty vodka. Yeah. It doesn't end well.
That sounds like something that somebody has experienced on this podcast.
Not me at my house, and that was not fun to clean up. I'll tell you that much.
You can't clean that up. You can't.
Yeah. It was on hardwood, which at least makes it. Okay. But it was everywhere.
Did it stain the hardwood?
I mean,
it must have.
Some meat sauce like got between the cracks. That's for sure.
Jeez, that sucks. My number one is the old Underbridge Park. So we know what it is now in the WIT. It's got the big skate park. It's got, it's still got the horseshoes. By the way, I saw a huge line of olds playing horseshoes the other day. So people actually play horseshoes there. And it's got the basketball courts. My old Underbridge had the basketball courts, and it had the shitty little park next to it that had like all the needles in it, and you don't take your kids there. But the cool thing about the basketball court when I was in elementary school is that's where people sold drugs. And so there would be
that's where you could score smack. Yeah. Great times.
9 and 10-year-old me used to go down there and score smack. No, like me and my best friend would walk down there, and I cannot believe our fucking parents let us do it, but we'd walk down there every afternoon and play pickup games with. There'd be like 100 people there any given night, and you just play basketball games, pickup games all night long, and it was the best. And they like these grown-ups who would literally be stopping by to buy drugs and play one game of pickup basketball would play basketball with us. We didn't know any of that stuff was going on. They were cool, right? It's like they don't want to get arrested too. And so, because everything was illegal back then. And so they'd be cool about it. And they'd just be like, yeah, kids, go play. We'll keep that stuff over here, whatever. Yeah, let's play a game. Yeah, and so we just play pickup games for hours and hours and hours. It was the best. Now it's all gentrified, right?
Yeah. Have fun D'ing someone up that just bought a dime bag of crank. Good luck.
Yeah, I would shoot J's in those guys' face. Cross them over, they fall down because they're all hopped up on something. It's fantastic. There's some really good, I think Slam Magazine was the one that did it. They did a photo shoot with Sabrina at those courts. And that's.
I thought you were going to say the Professor.
Still good. But... Yeah. The Professor? Chemeketa Community College? The Professor? Yeah, let's go.
Was it Salem's Finest? Is that right?
I think so. Right? Kaiser? Yeah.
My number one, and I don't know how you guys. It's recent, so maybe it hasn't really sunk in yet that it's gone, and that's Maple Garden.
I know. I'm probably in the minority for that, but I was never into it. I'm sorry.
This guy doesn't
I don't mean to like.
Doesn't like affordable food.
Yeah. That's me.
I was into P.F. Chang's.
No,
Look at me,
Kowloons.
look at me on my high horse,
Look at
literally.
this. He would be a Kowloon guy.
Kowloon
Like 28
guy.
fried rice.
Like $50 for a dinner at Kowloon. I'll say
Man,
though,
The end of Kowloon's run,
Yeah.
that shit was expensive, man. Holy shit.
Did you ever parlay some fried rice into tsunamis?
Oh,
Did
they
you
had a
run-
buffet on
Yeah.
Friday nights. They would have a buffet.
Did they have a buffet there?
They had an all-you-can-eat buffet.
Like whilst it was clubbing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I think it closed at like midnight. I think it was like from like 10 to midnight, but they absolutely had a buffet.
They had a buffet from 10 to midnight?
Yes.
That's the best idea I've ever heard in a bar.
It was
a
insanity.
Chinese food buffet from 10 to midnight on a Friday?
Insanity. Unsanitary insanity.
Yeah.
How
It's
many
Chinese food.
fights have you seen at Kowloon tsunamis?
There were more than a few. Yeah, that place and where the arcade downtown, the adult arcade downtown is now.
One up.
Indigo District?
Yeah.
It used to be
Yeah,
Indigo, I think.
Level up. It's level up.
Level
right?
up.
Yeah.
Now,
But that
yeah,
was-
it used
that
to be
was
Indigo. Yeah, those two
Yeah.
places, yeah, pretty wild.
All right, you guys. Okay, one's from the chat. WCP says Papa's Soul Food.
It's just good food.
I
Yeah.
never went. Booble says that too. He never made it to Papa's Soul Food. It's one of his
Really?
biggest regrets. Like mine too. I never made it. Yeah, and all I hear all the time is how amazing it was. Yeah. Regrets, man. You got to learn to live with them or something. Booble says Civic Stadium is obvious. So instead he's saying Bijou.
The Bijou.
The
The
Bijou.
Bijou.
He teases us with Civic and then gives us Bijou.
Art snob.
Yeah. Isn't Bijou still
Have you ever-
there? Like the
They
downtown
built
one,
like
right?
there's like the new Bijou. Yeah, the one downtown.
Metro?
There's not the one in the old. Not the one in the old church.
Yeah.
You ever
yeah.
watch a movie at the Bijou?
Yep.
It's flat.
Yeah.
So you're just staring in the back of someone's head. It's not elevated to where you could see over people.
Yep.
Semi
Part of the
flawed
charm.
for watching.
Yes.
Part of the charm.
No, it's
I watched a documentary at the Bijou
of
about
course.
horse racing in Europe.
Of course you did. Yep.
That's what was shown at the Bijou.
On the movie note, one of my honorable mentions is David Minor Theater. That was cool for a while. One of somebody who went to high school with us started that and then lost it to COVID. But it was cool.
That
It
was like the first
yeah.
place where you could drink in a
Yeah.
movie theater.
Yeah,
So,
no,
yeah.
it gave all the big theaters the idea to have like Ninkasi in them, basically. So yeah, he would. It was down across the street from Steelhead, which, by the way, also an honorable mention on my list. Steelhead's now gone. But yeah, it was down at Fifth Street, and you could just walk in. I think I watched Mad Max there, where you just buy some food, they bring it over from across the street, and buy some beers.
The original Mad Max or the
No, the
Tom Hardy, Charlize Theron.
that
vehicle?
one. Yep. You guys got any honorable mentions too?
He said
No.
Papa Soul Food. How about R.I.P. Barbecue King?
Mm.
Get the gold King's Cup. One of the best things.
Yeah, I think that's all the ones that I had that weren't already mentioned. I think, did you guys ever do Cafe 440 or whatever? I heard that
Yeah,
was
it was-
amazing, but like I never went
was
either, so I don't know. I heard it was really
Yeah,
expensive.
it was yeah, that's why I said it was.
Yep. So honorable mentions from WCP: Barbecue King, Civic Stadium, Howling Coyote Barbecue, Jamie's Hamburgers. I forgot about
Hamburgers, Jamie's.
Jamie's. I forgot
Button
about.
burgers.
Yeah.
Little-
Wonderland 5th Street Pizza Pipeline. That's a good one I forgot about. Like a $5 pizza that's like the size of your entire body and a two liter
colon-
of Mountain Dew and you're just fucking dead. Yeah.
My colon is happy that Pizza Pipeline stopped.
Did
Except
you
for the Trixie stick.
Did you used to try to like eat like that was sort of the thing back then, right? Is you would get a Pizza Pipeline pizza and try to eat the whole thing yourself. I remember that was like a goal in my 20s. I don't know. That might have just been me. He also says Gateway Mall Tilt, which was in the Gateway Mall, the arcade, right?
Springfield.
Yeah. And then Movies 12, which is the $1.50 movies. Yes, the $1.50 movies. Good call. Almost forgot that. That really should be on all of our lists. That was great.
I was true to form and just chose Eugene.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just Eugene's. Yeah, that is Springfield, huh? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good point. All right. Anything else? We good? Okay. Movie on Sunday. Madam Web. It's on Netflix. Good luck. We'll see you then. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Yeah. Godspeed.
Good night and good luck.
Godspeed, children. Later.